Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started in child's pose. I'm going to play some music, and if you cannot hear me over the music is too loud, too soft, or any of those things, please let me know. Welcome to your exclusive Vinyasa Yoga class. I am Katie. We'll get started in child's pose. So take your time, separate your knees nice and wide, bring your big toes close together, and you might walk your hands off one side of the mat and then the other. For you may keep your hands out in center. That's where we will eventually land, all. Forehead heavy on the mat. Big belly breathing. Please take 3 big inhales and exhales, creating space in the low belly, behind the heart, and in the hips and waist. And try to bring all of your attention to the quality of these inhales and exhales. How deep can you breathe in? How slow can you breathe out? And as you feel things start to soften, you might start to wiggle your hips side to side a little bit. If you haven't already, you might start to reach your arms towards one side of the mat and then the other. We're kind of moving our way up to all fours. Lining knees with hips, wrists with shoulders. Exhale, round, cat pose. Inhale, arch, cow pose. You're trying to articulate your vertebral joints here, especially right in the middle. After you do that a few times, you can start to move your hips side to side. Do some free movement, intuitive movement for about 30 seconds. Maybe flip your fingers around the spine, getting in some wrist stretches. You can thread the needle. Little twist, little shoulder stretch. You could crush your toes. We're kind of on a slow journey to plank pose. And you get to decide how hard you work here. So do you want to keep moving around, stretching around, or you don't want to make that plank a little longer? I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds to even out through both sides. Maybe you retract, protract your shoulder blades, squeeze them together, press them apart. Notice how that's different from the cat-cow. And we'll all meet in that plank position when you're ready for about 30 seconds here. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Extend your legs back and think about activating every muscle in your entire body. Articulate your hands. Press into the fingers and hug your thumbs towards each other. As you push down, feel how your shoulder blades start to spread apart. And then push back through your heels. Lift your kneecaps. Give your quads a tight squeeze. Pull your belly in just a little and breathe in. As you exhale, start to bend your knees and slowly shift back to our first downward facing dog of class. And you can point your fingers slightly out to those front corners of your mat, please. And maybe you're in stillness. Maybe you're doing a little pedal of your feet, nodding of your head. Start to walk your left foot a little closer to center in that downward facing dog. And as your right toes point down, lift your right heel to 3 points. So you can point and flex that ankle, roll it out, relieving some tension and pressure of the day. Keeping both palms firm, open up your hips, bend your knee, maybe roll the ankle now. And then nice and slow, as you exhale, pull your knee tight down the center, cheetah pose. I want you to hold this for a second and press into the ground just like you did for that plank. Start to rotate your hips over to the left, cross cheetah, right knee to the left elbow. All right, mountain climber, take your right knee all the way to the right elbow. All right, super strong. Step back to plank. You can hold this. You can drop your knees and hold this. Or you can take 1 to 3 push-ups. I like doing push-ups with the knees down because I can really focus on pressing into the fingers and drawing the elbows back. We'll meet on the belly for locust pose. You'll cactus your arms out like a T and begin to lift through the chest and toes, looking down and forward so your neck is long. How about we come down just a little bit and lift up higher than you just were. Take a few small sips of air in and out of your nose. So strong. Exhale, come down, hands under shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale to plank or knees down plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a second. Nod yes. Perhaps walk out. Begin to walk the right foot a little closer to center. Left toes point down. Inhale to 3 points. Wrap your right hip back a little bit and point and flex your left ankle. Both palms are firm. Slow open left hip. Bend left knee. Now roll the ankle both ways. We'll take this nice and slow, controlling the movement. High on your right toes. Exhale, knee to chest. Keep breathing, please. Next exhale, rotate hips to the right. Squeeze left side oblique. Great. Next exhale, mountain climber. Squeeze left side obliques again. Knee to the left. Step back to plank. Again, option to hold. Option to drop your knees and hold. Option to take 1 to 5 push-ups. Chest forward, neck long. You don't have to do any push-ups. If you do push-ups, you'll get stronger because that's how things work. Look down and forward. Reach your arms back. Perhaps interlace your hands. Perhaps just reach back. Begin to lift up. Again, looking down and forward. Mid-spine strong. Come down just a little bit. Lift up higher than you just were. Take a few small sips of air in and out of your nose. Exhale, release. Hands under shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale to plank or knees down plank. Exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. Little walk, little nod of your head. We're going to do one more strength move. If you'll wiggle your feet back a little bit for me. From downward facing dog 3 times. We're going to exhale, shift forward to chaturanga. Take a breath in. Exhale, shift back to dog. And if you'd rather do child's pose or hold down dog, you can do that. Exhale to chaturanga. This is 2. And then take it back to downward facing dog. Take your time. Exhale to chaturanga. This is 3. Last time, come all the way to your belly. This time, reach forward, make a Y, lift up. Come down a little bit. Lift up higher than you just were. Breathe steady. Small little sips in and out of the nose. Last time, exhale, come down. Tuck your toes. Inhale to plank or knees down plank. Exhale to dog. Nod yes. Start a slow journey to the top of the mat. You might tap the back of your heels with your toes. If that's in your practice, we're on the way to ragdoll pose. Start wide. I want you to bend your knees real quick and do a big half lift, shoulders back. And then let yourself fall into ragdoll and drape your upper body over your thighs. Option for the bind, holding opposite elbows. Option for a really easy bounce if your feet are super sturdy and that feels good. Don't do anything if it doesn't feel good. And take at least 1 breath here with your chin tucked under. And start to release your arms. We'll walk the feet in a little closer to hip distance. Inhale, half lift. Make it a good one. Shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Bend both knees. Left fingertips right under your face. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Start to straighten your right leg. Left knee is bending quite liberally. Exhale, fold. Bend both knees. Right fingertips under face. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Try to keep your spine super long here. Exhale, fold. Walk your feet in a little closer or not. Inhale, half lift. Pull your belly together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Push down into your feet. Exhale, hands to your heart. A moment to get centered. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, draw the sun. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Spine is long. Half lift, inhale. Right foot back, exhale. Left foot back, inhale. As you exhale, lower, maybe knees first, maybe chaturanga. As you inhale, lift, maybe up dog, maybe cobra. Exhale, dog. I just demoed a knees, chest, 10 to cobra. Next, I'll demo the chaturanga to upward facing dog, but you could always skip that or hold plank for a breath or two, or do a push-up on your way to dog. Bottom of your exhale, look forward, heels up, bend your knees, step to the top, first one. Half lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Inhale, rise, sweep up, maybe back bend, maybe not. Exhale, fold from the waist. Half lift, inhale, left foot back, exhale. Right foot back, inhale. Exhale to lower, legs stay tight. Inhale to lift, tops of feet down, up dog, inner thighs up. Exhale, dog. Stay in that steady flow of breath. As fast as you can, bring your awareness to the quality of your breathing. I'm gonna ask you to do that over and over. Bottom of your exhale, look forward, heels up, bend your knees, step or jump if you're ready, feet top, half lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Inhale, rise, last time, maybe back bend, maybe reach up tall. Exhale, fold, nice and easy. Half lift, breathe in, palm the mat, step, jump, or float. Take vinyasa, or you can skip it. Remember, it can always do that push-up or plank on your way to dog. So I have a strength offering for you here, and you can take it or leave it. You can always hold your child's pose. I'd like you to bring your toes slightly out, heels slightly closer to touch. As you exhale, crouching child, hover your knees over the mat, send your butt back to the heel, and then shift forward to plank. And do that 3 times, and go to crouching child, booty back towards the heels, shins hovering, and shift to plank, and that's 2. So just one more time, hovering those knees, hovering your shins, shifting forward to plank, vinyasa, or skip it. You can always skip it. Legs strong, up dog. Downward facing dog, focusing on the quality of those breaths. No matter what little worries about your day, about your past, about your future, or this practice, try to keep your awareness here, because stuff is going to pop up in your mind, and part of this practice is coming back to the here and now. So bottom of your next exhale, look forward, heels up, bend your knees, step or jump, feet to top, half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Separate your feet, 2 fists. Bend your knees. Now grab the back of your calves. So not hands to toes. Just hold the back of the calves and do a real good half lift. Maybe the belly comes further down the thighs. As you drop your head, try to keep your belly on your thighs. Start to lift your butt up. Press your feet down. Lengthen the top of the head down. And move into it super slowly. Breathing more space into your body. One more good breath in. Let it go. Half lift, inhale. Walk your feet in a little closer. Fold, exhale, bend your knees, sit back, chair pose. Make sure you activate your butt and pull your ribs a little closer together. Sit just a little lower. Bring your pinky fingers towards each other. Awesome. Exhale, open, twist to the right. Belly button slightly to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, open, twist left. Belly button slightly right. Inhale, center, sit lower. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Palm the mat, step, jump, or float. Take vinyasa, or you can always skip it. But follow the full length of your exhale back to dog. Right leg, 3-point, inhale. Exhale, step through, warrior 1, inhale to rise. Easy twist, exhale, left hand down, inhale, right arm high, right leg wraps back. Exhale, frame your right foot. Inhale to plank, maybe leg stays lifted. Exhale to lower or not. Inhale to lift. Exhale Exhale to dog, left leg, 3-point, inhale. Exhale, step through, warrior one, inhale to rise. Easy twist, exhale, right hand down, inhale, left arm high. Exhale, left hand down, inhale, plank, maybe leg stays lifted, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dog, 2 big breaths, easy in, easy out. Bottom of your exhale, look forward, heels up, bend your knees, step or jump, feet top, half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale, bend your knees, sit back, chair hold, option to hold, option to lift your heels up and hold. If you have feet or ankle issues, maybe skip that. But if you don't have feet or ankle issues, hug your heels towards each other and try to lift your heels higher instead of a little lower, strengthening the ankles. As you exhale, ski your arms back, pull your belly together tight. As you inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale to ski, keep doing this. Inhale to reach your arms up, last 3, exhale to ski. Inhale to reach up, 2, exhale, reach back. Last time, inhale, reach up, exhale, reach back. This time, keep reaching back, hover, hold, 3, 2, so strong, exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. If you didn't make it that whole time, don't worry, that was crazy. Fold, exhale. Separate your feet, 2 fists. Here's your hands to feet pose. Option for big toes and peace sign fingers, of course. Push your toes down. Option for hands under feet. And if you liked mine, hold the back to the calf thing. Stick with that if you feel like you were doing good work there. Let's take like 3 big breaths. See if how you breathe changes how the posture feels. One more breath. Half lift, inhale. Separate your feet a little wider, yoga squat, send your butt down, chest up, hands to heart. Push down through your feet, lift up through your spine. Awesome. From here, you can stay. If you're feeling like this is like a good posture for you, you might even stretch from side to side. Don't stay on either side for too long, and make sure you take some time back to center if you do that before you go back. Otherwise, it's crow pose. And if you don't have crow yet, that doesn't matter. We'll just start to create the shape. Bring your toes together, split your knees wide, and bring your knees up to your armpits. Start to lean further and further forward. Push into your hands and puff your upper back. So if you feel like it, you might lift your right toe or your left toe. Maybe you've got both toes up. And in that case, you're trying to pull your heels tighter up to your bum. And we'll go back to down dog in 3, 2. You can jump back from the squat. Hands down, lean forward. Go to chaturanga, vinyasa, or skip it. We'll in downward facing dog for a clearing breath in and out. Right leg, 3-point, inhale. Exhale, step through, crescent lunge, inhale to rise. Maybe tighten up your back leg a little bit. Put a little micro bend in your left knee. Tighten up your center cylinder. Push off your right heel. Inhale, come up to stork position. Figure 4, this is your balancing stretch. Flex your left ankle and send your butt back a little bit. Try to keep your front low ribs drawing in. You might be reaching your arms forward. Make sure you're looking at one thing. Sit a little lower and rise back up to stork. Take your time, land an arrowhead. So exhale into crescent with arms back. Inhale back to crescent lunge. Push off your right heel. Exhale, warrior 2. Readjust your feet. Take a moment and settle into warrior 2. Spread your fingers. And then pull your shoulders down just a little bit. As you inhale, lengthen back, find your peaceful warrior. Exhale to modified extended side angle, right elbow, right knee. Left arm reaching over your head, but your left shoulder away from your ear. So wrap your right hip under you a little bit and float your right elbow. Keep your core nice and tight. Reach your right arm out, hold a big beach ball or not if this is enough. And in slow motion, we'll go to easy twist. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm high. So good. Exhale, palm. Frame your right foot and start to walk your hands inside of your right foot. We're walking all the way around to runner's lunge on the left, the back of the mat. So take your time, and you're going to push off your left heel here. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Take your time. Exhale to warrior two. Take a second. Settle into warrior two on the left to the back of the mat. Hold your left knee out to the left a little bit. Inhale, peaceful warrior, lengthen back. Exhale, modified extended side angle, left elbow, left knee. So this is going to be the same transition. Sit down just a little bit. Hug your feet towards each other. Float your left elbow. Take your time here, please. Belly nice and tight. Maybe reach out for that summertime beach ball. In slow motion, exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm high, easy twist. Exhale, frame your left foot. Walk your hands around this time. Stop in the center, both toes point forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, wide-legged fold. So take your time here. And you may want to twist it out or walk your hands from one foot over to the other. You may be walking your hands underneath you, nodding your head. If you have an inversion practice, you're probably already upside down. I'm going to give you about 10 to 15 more seconds to feel out the stretch or even out any movements you've done on both sides, or come down slowly from your inversion. And one last time, we'll pivot around, runner's lunge on the right, framing your right foot. Step back to plank, maybe your legs stay lifted, exhale to lower. Inhale, up dog or plank. Exhale, dog. Let's take 3 big breaths. Notice where your mind is. We'll just repeat all of that on the other side. Inhale, left leg to 3 points. When you're ready, exhale, step through. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms rise up. So again, you might tighten up that crescent lunge and tighten up that belly. Push off your left heel. Inhale to stork. Flex your right ankle. Exhale to figure 4. This is your opportunity to balance and stretch at the same time. So see if you can find some effort, but also some ease. Sitting down a little more. Rising slowly up to your stork pose. Landing in your arrowhead. Exhale, crescent with arms back. Inhale, crescent lunge, solid in your left heel. Exhale, warrior two on the left. Inhale, straighten your left leg, triangle pose. Exhale, reach your left hand forward and down. So your left leg is straightish. And what I prefer is the left hand on the left shin below the left knee. And then you can push the shin into the hand just a little to unlock the knee. Squeeze your right outer hip and push your right heel down. And then loosen up through the top of the right fingertips and loosen forward through the top of the head. And now that you're doing those 8,000 things, squeeze your right side ribs and inhale, windmill out. Bend your left knee, exhale, full extended side angle on the left to the top of the mat. And this might be another modified. This might be hand outside your left foot, right arm overhead. This might be a half bind. It might be a modified half bind. It might be a full bind. I want you to take your time and set up what feels right for your body tonight. And if you're in a bird of paradise or another of those balancing transitions, just come out of that whenever works best for you. If you have a bind, we'll slowly start to unwind that. Inhale, peaceful warrior, left arm lengthens back. Straighten your left leg, left toes to the side mat for goddess squat. Bring your heels in, your toes out, bend your knees, and you're in this externally rotated big kind of sumo squat stance where your knees and your heels are in one line. I want you to take your hands and release them and bring them behind your head. Now just lean back a little bit. From here, pull your front low ribs in. Sit down just a little more and lift your left heel up off of the mat. So in slow motion, lower that heel back down. Lift your right heel up off the mat. And in slow motion, lower that heel down. Now lift both heels up off the mat and lower the heels back down. Now sit into your heels and hug your heels towards each other. We're almost there, a square. 3, 2, sit a little lower. Push off your heels. You're so strong. Rise up. Point your toes to the side mat. Option for your bind. Inhale, chest lift. Exhale, knees bend, and you dive down with that long spine. Perhaps doing a half lift, dropping back in, perhaps losing the bind, bringing your hands to the low back, releasing, and doing a different variation. I do want you to kind of work towards bringing your heels of your palms a little closer. Maybe sway a little bit, bend one knee then the other. Try not to lock your knees out here, the perilous position you put yourself in. We'll start slowly rising up. When your hands reach your low back, release. Bring your hands down to the ground in front of you. Do one more little half lift, and then pivot around to runner's lunge on the right to the back of the mat. Take your time, solid in your right heel. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two on the right to the back of the mat. Inhale, straighten your right leg, triangle pose. Exhale, right hand comes down. You're at the back of the mat. And I like, again, that right hand on the right shin. See if you can remember those 8,000 things I said to do. And try not to let your left arm float in space. Try to activate your left side shoulder blade, and at the same time, lift through the left side fingertips. So I'll have you squeeze those left side ribs and draw on the ceiling with the top of the head. As you inhale, windmill out, straight like people. Bend your right knee, exhale, full extended side angle on the right to the back of the mat. Here's your hold. And you might have taken this variation. You might have taken that elbow on the knee, modified. Maybe the modified half bind, love that. Just full bind, whatever you did on the other side, keeping your body even unless you have a preventative injury. If you're in a balance, come down slow, and you bind, unwind. As you inhale, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg, toes to the side mat, left toes to the top of the mat. Easy transition, hands to your heart, bend your right knee, step up to chair. Awesome. So from there, chair twist to the right. Take all the time you need. Left elbow outside your right knee. First things first, pull your left inner thigh back, roll your right shoulder back. If you want an added challenge, maybe look down with your left heel up off of the mat. Keep looking down. Maybe it's at your right big toe. Pull your left heel towards your left glute. Keep looking down, extend your left leg back, twisted warrior three, left toes point down. Take all the time you need with this. It's deceptively hard. Bring your feet back together. Inhale, rise, full mountain, reset that spine. Exhale, bend your knees, twist chair to the left. So right elbow outside your left knee, pull your right inner thigh back. Keep that left shoulder rolling back. And then you can stay in that twisted chair, no problem. You could work your side crows. That's what you did on the other side. You could lift your right heel, keep looking down. Pull your right heel to your right glute. And slow motion, extend your right leg back, right toes pointed down. So that's like level 1 or level 2. And we'll slowly bring those feet together. Inhale, rise, full mountain. I want you to reset your spinal column, reach stack. Exhale, fold, bend your knees just a little. Inhale, half lift. Another option for crow, separate your feet a little wider. Another option for squat, last time here. So crow, maybe those big toes touch, knees split wide, and you're just creating that shape. Protracting your shoulders, spreading them apart, leaning so far forward that your toes just become weightless. We'll go back to downward facing dog in 3, and we can jump back from the squat. 2, hands down, exhale, step or jump back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome work. And down dog, take a big inhale. Let that go. Right leg, inhale, 3 points. Exhale, step through. Put your left knee down. Shift back and forth, low lunge, and half split. So keeping that right heel into the mat, shifting your hips back and forward. And then land in your half split. Right hip wrapping back, do a little half lift, let your belly drop, and then your chest, and then your head. Few breaths here. No worries. Try to focus on your breathing, on what you're feeling. Bend your right knee, maybe. Wiggle it out to the right for lizard, or stay in half split, maybe. For lizard, maybe you drop your left elbow. I want you to kind of intuit what's good for you. Maybe no elbows. Maybe tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Lizard can look a lot of different ways and be equally magnificent. Take one more breath, drop your head and not it yet. And great. From here, if you have your elbows down, let's press up onto the palm. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee up off the mat. Step back to plank, and from here, pull your right knee to cross Theta, left elbow. Great. Step back to plank, right hand taps left shoulder. And do the same thing on the other side. Left knee to right elbow, cross Theta, then left hand taps right. And do that 2 more times on each side. So right knee to left elbow. You can always hold plank instead. You can always hold your knees down plank instead. You can always do your child pose instead. Last time, right knee to left, right hand to left, left knee to right, left hand to right. This time, hold your forearm plank. Spread your shoulder blades apart. Squeeze your thighs. Lift your kneecaps. Bring your heart forward a little bit. Press up the plank, vinyasa or skip it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. We'll do all of that on the other side. Nod your head lightly, yes. Shake it lightly now. Left toes point down, inhale to 3-point. Exhale to step through, drop your right knee down. Inhale to shift back. Or exhale to go back, maybe inhale to come forward, whatever feels natural. You're just flossing back and forth between low lunge and half split, and I'm working to keep my belly on my thigh, but I have a pretty big range of motion, so you do what works for you. Half split hold, pelvis in neutral, chest moves forward, head drops down. How are you breathing? Anytime that your mind wanders and you want to bring it back to the present moment, you want to release the grip of those thoughts, you can always focus on your breathing. It's a great tool. Bend your left knee, maybe. Wiggle your left heel out to the left, moving into lizard or staying in the half split if it feels like you're doing good work there. Again, option to drop your elbows or tuck your toes. Let's try to find your personalized lizard for 3 big breaths. When you're ready, we'll press up under the palm, step back to plank, vinyasa, or skip it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. You can always skip it, you can always add a few extra push-ups. It's all good. We're gonna step jump or float, feet to the top of the mat. Coming onto your back, nice and slow. Just 30 seconds of core. Interlace your hands behind your head. Flex your ankles, push your low back down, and start some slow motion bicycle legs. Since it's only 30 seconds, I want you to really feel it and make it work. Push your low back down and work to get your opposite shoulders up off of the mat. And you're going to be giving yourself a great big hug and squeeze. In 3, 2, hang on. 1, knees together, into your chest. Oh, a little too far there. I had a glitch on the side. And drop your feet down underneath your knees. We'll start a bridge flow. Push off your heels as you inhale, lift your butt, reach your arms high over your head. As you exhale, slowly lower your spine down, hands down by side. And work to articulate those vertebral joints again. And not touching your hands over your head until you're at your top point on your bridge. And as you exhale, not lowering the last vertebra, sacrum down until your hands touch down. And I'd like you to do that 2 or 3 more times. And you can decide if you'd like to land in bridge pose hold, wheel pose hold, or continue this flow. And all options are valid. For bridge, when your arms are by your sides, lift your butt. Make sure you really get onto the top of those shoulders. Everything that's touching the mat, press it down, lift your butt, lift your chin. Wheel, maybe reach your arms all the way overhead first before you bend your elbows. Press evenly into hands and feet. And when you're ready to come down, tuck your chin. Bend your elbows and lower the back of the head down in slow motion. And bridge, when you're ready to come down, lift your heels, release your hands, and try to articulate your spine down, 1 vertebra at a time. And just windshield wiper your knees side to side a little bit here. And when you're ready, take all the time you need. Pull your knees together into your chest. Give yourself a great big squeeze. And placing the back of the head down, figure four, stretch on the right. So option one is left foot on the ground, right ankle over your left knee. You stay just like this if you're feeling tight. Option two is to pull your left knee in, perhaps holding the back of the left thigh, maybe a little more stretch if you have the range of motion to grab the front of the left shin. So if you have a big range of motion, option three would be to cradle the right lower leg and the crooks of the elbows and drop the left foot down. That's much more intense. So I'll have you pick one of those options and we'll start to breathe. Easy in and out of the nose. And so traveling on an airplane during COVID was interesting. There were many opportunities to worry. And so I used this saying from the Dalai Lama like a mantra throughout my whole trip. And I thought I'd share that with you all tonight. If you're cradling your leg like a baby, come back to figure four. Figure four twist, drops that right foot over to the left, chin and right arm to the right. We'll take about 3 big breaths into the right side body. And that saying is, if you find yourself worried, ask yourself, is there something I can do about it? Because if there is, you can do something about it. Take action. Rock to your left side, come onto your back, astronaut your arms and legs around a bit. Reaffirm your low back, your core. Figure four on the left side. Remember level 1, right here. Foot down, level 2, hug in. Level 3, cradle the lower leg, drop your right foot. And he said, if there's nothing you can do about it, worry is of no use. So if there's something you can do about it, why worry? Go out and take action, do something about it. And if there's nothing you can do about it, worry is of no use. And I find this advice very helpful in this time of COVID. If you're in the cradle, baby, come back to figure four. And we'll go to figure four twist, left foot drops to the right, chin and left arm to the left. Especially in my first post-COVID flight that I just took. Lots of things to worry about, so I kept asking, is there something I can do about it? I put some hand sanitizer on, and I take 3 deep breaths and bring my mind back to the present. Come back onto your back, last posture before Shavasana is happy baby. And if there's nothing I can do about it, worry is of no use. So it's time to use my yoga toolbox and focus on my breathing in this. So I always thought that was sage advice. I found it especially useful over these past 6 days of traveling. Slowly moving towards Shavasana, maybe soles of the feet together, pulling your forehead towards your toes if that feels good. And we'll just listen to this nice angel's prayer mantra as we land in our rest for about 1.5 minutes. So take a big inhale when you get to Shavasana. And a big exhale. And then we'll begin to land in our final rest.
Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya
And before you move, start to deepen your breathing. And gently touch the tips of your fingers to your thumbs. Roll the back of the head from side to side. You're on a slow journey to a full body stretch. Perhaps yawning as you bend the knees. We're on a slow journey to an upright seat. You might stop in a fetal position, rocking to one side. And we'll bring our hands to our heart for one last inhale. And release what you can. And bring your thumbs between your eyebrows. If there's something you can do about it, take action. No worry. If there's nothing you can do about it, then worry is of no use. Bring your mind back to your breath. Use these tools, and you will feel well. It works. We honor this journey and all the light in each other. Namaste, Biko customers. Thank you for taking this time to do some yoga. I'm Katie, and I'm totally here for you if you want to chat.